Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thanks for joining us today. We have a little isometric hold action with some active recovery, you could call it, in a very nice way. It's more like some quick rounds of an isometric hold with some impact if you want it. If not, it is a depth or intensity interval. So not too much rest during the working sets today, but towards the end of each round, you'll have a little bit of rest. You will want a wall to be handy. It does help if you have some soft flooring available, although not entirely required. And then also, if you happen to have an agility ladder, you can have that for our finisher as well. Otherwise, we'll just imagine it. But with that being said, let's get warm. We're going to start with a squat into a T squeeze. Here we go.
Squat T squeeze.
We gotta work on the side profile view.
My side profile view?
Yeah. We gotta get that in the second camera angle.
Oh.
When we
A little side camera angle.
3,
Yep.
2, 1.
In the future.
Butt
Next
kickers.
up, butt kickers. You have your hamstring curl option. You also have the running option. Take your pick. Hopefully nobody blew away with the storm last night. We're going to be going down to the ground next.
3, 2, 1.
Bring it on down for our
Spider
spider
climb
climb
reach.
reach. Bringing the leg up. Raising overhead. Deliver the elbow first and then the wrist. Only need to go directly overhead, not behind. For a little extra stretch, you can let the knee in the back touch the ground
3,
and really sink into
2,
it.
1.
We have a mountain climber
slow.
next. Slow mountain climber here. Driving the knee into the elbow. Hopefully not literally. Focus on contracting the middle. We will be flipping over next.
3, 2, 1.
And bring it.
Glute bridge reach.
We have a glute bridge reach. Coming up, reaching over. Cross body. Now you can always break this down into a glute bridge march or just a glute bridge. Totally fine either way.
Three, 2,
And we do,
1.
speaking of
Bridge
our
march.
bridge march, we do have that next. So again, if you made the first movement a bridge march, I recommend perhaps a bridge hold here. And 10 seconds to go here. Warming up the back side of the body.
3, 2,
Next up, we're going to
1.
settle real quick.
Iron cross.
We have an iron cross coming up, coming over. As you come over, try to keep the arms at shoulder height and try to reach them with your legs while keeping the shoulders pinned to the ground.
Three, 2, 1.
Bring it on up.
Cossack squat.
We have a Cossack squat next. Getting nice and wide. We're going to raise the toe on either side. Feel the stretch through the back side of the leg into the inner thigh. Depending on the angle that you take here, you can feel the stretch a little bit deeper in one area than another.
3, 2, 1.
Next up, we have a stick-up
Stick
jog.
up jog.
So raise your hands like it's a stick up and keep moving. This can be a march, or you can get into the jog. Just a little bit of movement. Almost through the warm-up.
3, 2,
Next
1.
up, we have foot fires
Foot
into
fires and
jacks.
jacks.
And then jack it out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot fire. Jack. Foot fire. And jack. One more time, 3. One more time through. I'm counting in my head.
3,
Jack
2,
to
1.
finish. There we go. Very nice. So, our working sets, going all the way through the list. We have a wall sit into a squat jump, a bulldog hold into a crawling movement. Then we have a skater hold into a skater hop, high plank into a plank jack, and low pike into leg lowers. Each of these is an isometric hold for 30 seconds. Each of these is a little cardio intensity burst for 15 seconds. That means our rest is really the isometric hold. You could consider the intensity burst to be your recovery, but it's not really. Your rest comes at the bottom of the round. You start back at the top, hold intensity, and move on. So, with that being said, you'll want to find your wall, or if you don't have a wall available to you, where are you? We'll do a squat hold right in the middle. Are we ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wall sit or low squat hold.
So either way, chest and eyes are up, proud chest, working through our hold. Nice isometric action, knees tracking over the toes, not coming way in like this. We want everything well aligned. You got 7 more seconds here. After this, we'll be going into our squat jump.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Squat jump.
So depending on what you want for impact, you can take the jump right out of it. Find the depth marker, the knee,
3,
the shin, the ankle.
2,
It's a
1.
quick little
Bulldog hold.
intensity. Next up is our bulldog hold. Knees under the hips. Pushing through the ground, through the heel of my hand. I always think about trying to be light on my toes here. So instead of sitting way back like this, I want to be up on the
3,
palms of my hands.
2, 1.
Next up, we're going to
Crawl.
crawl. So we're dragging the back leg through, same side, going forward as we
3,
ride through.
2, 1.
Next up,
Skater squat hold.
we're going to pop it up.
Single leg squat hold.
If you think about our skater hop, we're going to go to one side and we're going to hold. And it's just like that. If you need to touch down, use the other foot and let that help you balance if you need it. We're doing 30 seconds on each side in this one.
3, 2, 1.
Get your hop
Skater squat hold. Single leg squat hold.
and then get your hold. One side may balance a little bit better than the other. Halfway. Nice, calm, isometric hold.
3,
Skater hops
2,
are next.
1.
Now we're just
Skater
side to
hops.
side. Now see the non-impact version behind. If you want the impact, if you don't mind it, include the hop
3,
Include the reach,
2,
or really get some air.
high plank hold.
Next up, we're going to bring it to our bench or to the floor in a high plank hold. Blocking everything out. Flexing my feet, calves, quads, glutes, bringing it all the way up to my midsection. Wrist, under elbow, under shoulder. We have plank jacks coming up next.
3, 2, 1.
So now,
Plank jack.
route we're in. Take a look at the step out option. This can also be a skip out. Test your
3,
coordination a little bit.
2, 1.
Now we're going to break it
Low
down.
off plank.
Forearms.
Low height.
We have a low pike. As if a string is connected to your navel, driving you up through the middle. Forearms through the ground.
3,
From here, we're going to flip
2,
it over.
1.
We have leg
Leg
lowers. Going to start with my feet above my hips. You can make this a scissor. One side at a time. Longer lever is harder.
2, 1. Rest.
That's one round. So in all, we have 4 of those. Now that we have an idea, it's about keeping up. So obviously with no rest, flipping over one side to the other, things like that, it takes a second away. So I'll try to call it out a few seconds before so that we know the transition. And besides that, just find the movement pattern that is going to work best for you. You still have 20 seconds of rest.
Long rest.
So nice. Get a little bit of air. We are going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, wall sit. Here we go.
Wall sit or low squat hold.
So if you're on the wall, fight for a 90-degree angle. Okay, if you're too low, you're not going to get nice activation in the hamstring, and you're kind of sitting on your haunches. That's how you say that, right? Haunches.
3,
Squat jump coming up.
1.
Here we go.
Squat jump.
Seven seconds. Gonna be down to the floor next.
3, 2, 1.
Bulldog hold.
Bulldog hold.
Cock the hands in just a little bit. Weight on the heels of my hands. Minimal weight on my toes. Best we can. Firing up through the middle. Halfway. Lay out your course. We have crawling next.
3, 2, 1. Crawling.
Same arm and leg going at a time. Think about dragging your leg across the floor.
3, 2, 1.
Now we're
Skater
up
squat hold.
into our
Single leg
skater
squat
squat
hold.
hold. So pick your side. Hop over that side. Get your balance and get your hold. Depending on how you feel today, if you want to try a pistol squat here, you could do that as well. 10 seconds this side, then we move it over.
3, 2,
And
1.
flip it.
Skater squat hold. Single leg squat hold.
How's the balance today? Like mine? Well, not so good. But getting there. Halfway. Five seconds before we're into our skater
3,
hop.
2,
Here we go.
1. Tater hot.
side to side. Now you see behind, we're adding some air. If you're looking for more, get up or get out.
3,
Bring
2,
it down to the floor
1.
now. High plank
High
hold.
plank hold.
Find your lockout. Then find the calm in the storm. As everything's firing up in your isometric hold.
Three,
We have plank
2,
jacks next.
1.
So add your
Plank
step out
jacks.
or your jump. If you are jumping in the plank jack, try to avoid that big hip dip. We want to
3,
stay
2,
in a line
1. Low off flag.
down
Low
to the
pike.
forearms. Add your pike. Now in your pike, think about being on the tips of your toes and driving through the forearms. That way it's not just around and I'm just kind of here. I want everything firing up.
Three, 2, 1.
Finally,
Leg lowers.
flip it over, leg lowers. Last one here.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
2 rounds down. 2 to go. Luckily, it's still pretty cool out. The humidity's there, but. We're cruising now. Now that we have an idea, start to think about where you can add and where you might need to subtract a little bit. When you find that right balance, bring it. We're gonna get started here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wall sit or low squat hold.
Now you see a little added bonus behind. You can add a leg raise into your wall sit, if you so choose. If you're in the low squat hold, don't lose your depth. Don't lose your intensity. Even if you have to come up, keep the effort where it was.
3, 2,
Squat jumps are
1.
next.
Squat jump. Three, 2,
Good, bring
1.
it down. Bulldog
Bulldog
hold.
hold.
Pop the hands in. Now the gaze. Are you looking at your feet or are you looking straight ahead? We want to keep the spine in neutral alignment. So, if you can, keep the gaze forward. Seven seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Good.
Crawling.
We have crawling next. Drag the leg. Use the middle as you fight
3,
the resistance
2,
of the floor.
1. Tater squat hold. Single leg squat hold.
Oh, pick a leg. Now balance, maybe getting better as we warm up, maybe getting worse. So have that back foot ready to touch down whenever you need it. And if you really don't need it, that's great. See if you can add some depth.
3, 2,
Other
1.
side.
Tater squat hold. Single leg squat hold.
I thought my balance was good this round. Halfway through here. Almost there.
3,
Into the hops.
2, 1. Tater hops.
Now with the depth, if you want to add that, find something to aim for. Your foot, the floor, whatever it is.
1. High plank hold.
Bring it down, high plank hold. Nice and calm, easy. I just realized my fan isn't on. That's why I'm sweating.
Three, two,
Good, plank jacks.
1. Plank jacks.
Anytime you need the modification, take it. You want to use the chair, you want to use the bench, do
3,
it.
2, 1. Blow off plank. Low pike.
Forearms. Psych it out. As counterintuitive as it sounds, we want to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Find your separation by leading the chest through your shoulders. And then keep them in their sockets.
3, 2, 1.
Flip it over.
Leg lowers.
Last movement of round 3. Remember, the longer lever you have, the harder it will be. You want to make it easier?
3,
Bend the
2,
legs.
1. Rest.
There's your rest. You were right. Hmm? Yes, I can turn my fan on now. Whew. Almost forgot. What? Get the breath. Final round. Anytime you want to, you can go over and then just meet back up with us. Right? Pause it, come back, take extra rest if you need it. Make it yours. But for right now, we're going into round 4. So get ready, because here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Wall sit or low squat hold.
The real question is, which one of these movements is your favorite? That is the tough one. I think today, this one's it for me. I'm liking the low squat. Halfway. Now, if you got extra, if you have a little bit more to burn, feel free to go hard in those
3, 2,
intensity rounds.
1. Squat jump.
So if you have some hops, if you can really jump up and touch the ceiling, do it.
3, 2,
To the floor.
1. Bulldog hold.
Bulldog hold. Are your shoulders in your ear? Are you answering the telephone call? Hello? Hello? Don't do that. That was such a 90s move. When you put the phone in your ear with the giant spiral cord.
3, 2,
Now you have an AirPod.
1.
Yeah.
Crawling.
Crawling is next. Yeah. And it had to be the white phone. The clamshell. That's what it was.
Razor.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Good.
Skater
Pick a
squat
side.
hold.
Skater
Single
hop.
leg squat hold.
Keep the balance. If you're really wild here, you can add a squat pulse on that one side. You know we're going to burn these in just a moment. But if you want it,
Three, 2,
other side.
skater squat hold. Single leg squat hold.
Oh yeah. Even if it's just a little pulse. If you want it, take it.
3,
Almost
2,
there.
1.
Skater hops.
Skater hops.
Oh, she's got air. 5 seconds.
3,
High plank hold coming up.
1.
Find your floor.
High plank hold.
Get your lockout. Ten seconds. Almost through the working sets.
3, 2,
Plank jack.
1. Plank jacks.
Best you can. Fight that bounce. Try to keep yourself in a straight line.
3, 2, 1.
Now break it down to the
Low up plan.
forearms.
Low tight.
And we're just holding. We only got 10 more seconds.
Three, 2,
Flip it over.
1. Leg lowers.
Final round, leg lowers.
3, 2, 1.
Very nice. That is going to move us into our agility piece for the day. If you have an agility ladder and you want to play with it, take that out now. If not, we're just going to make it up. All right, we'll pretend we have an agility ladder. Find a crack in the floor. Find a line in the cement. Whatever it is for you. We are 30 seconds on, 20 seconds of rest. If you have some agility, use it. If you don't have agility, well, that's what we're here for. We're just going to play with this one. At the very least, keep moving. All right? I may say something that doesn't really jive with however you're feeling today. Don't use that part. Do something that's going to work for you, but don't stop moving. We are going to start with a lateral jump. Pick your line. We're going to skip side to side over the line. Now, you can see a second option, a little bit more intense, is the double hop. If you don't want to skip, if you want a little bit more, both feet hop over. The important part is the landing at the same time.
3, 2, 1.
Good, rest. Next up, we're going to hop 2 forward and 1 back. So if you were to count your rungs, you would go up a little bit, back a little bit less. Up to more, back. You're hopping more forward than you are backward.
2, 1.
2 forward,
Jump to
1
1
back.
forward, 1 run back.
Options. Take yours. Now, like I said, if you're agile, if you can move real quick, I want you to. Five seconds.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Good. Next up, we're going to squat out to a hop in. When we talk about some of our new jacks, we're down and out, in and together. This time, we're going to add that motion forward. You can step these out and step up and in if you'd like.
3, 2,
Here we go.
1.
Down and out,
Hop in.
in and together. Quick feet is the name of the game. Agility is not the same as speed, even though we say that sometimes. It's how we get to the speed. If you can speed up quickly, you're agile. If you can't, you're not very agile.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Very nice. Next up, we have, one leg hops. So in our one leg hop, you can stay to one leg the whole time, or you can add a little kickback. So we're gonna go
3,
up
2,
all the way forward
1.
on that one
One
side.
leg hop forward. Back pedal back.
Then
Left.
we're gonna back pedal back. If one side gives you a little bit of trouble, please use
3,
that
2,
skipping forward option.
1.
Other
One leg
leg.
hop forward.
Focus.
Back pedal back. Right.
So if you are alternating each side each time, that's fine. Keep up with that.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Good, rest. Next up, we have a lateral jump lunge. Our lateral jump lunge. What we're gonna do is we're gonna face, we're gonna face our ladder. Oh, forgot the word. And we're gonna lunge out
3,
as
2,
we move
1.
to the side.
Lateral jump lunge or toe taps.
You can make this a stepping back lunge or the toe tap option behind. That is halfway.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Next up, we have side step toe touches with 2 rungs at a time. So, what I want you to do is parcel out a little bit of space, a little bit less space, a little bit of space,
3,
a little bit less.
2, 1.
Kind of like
Side step
our
toe
2
touch
forward,
2
1
runs at a
back.
time.
Then, all about the coordination. You're going to do the same thing in the other direction. It's about control while also trying to be quick. If you mess up, you mess up. Who cares?
3, 2, 1.
Good.
Rest.
Oh, let's see. Skaters. Oh, I like this one. We have big, bigger, and biggest. If somebody had put tires on your ground, right, next to your ladder, I want you to hit the tire, hit the tire. Then they put them
3,
even wider.
2, 1.
Then they put
Biggest,
them
big, bigger, biggest.
even wider. So we go big, bigger, and biggest. Then we take one off. Then we go big, bigger, and biggest. And then we take one off.
That's
And we keep that
halfway.
pattern. Switch your direction if you were focusing on going one side first.
Three,
Don't forget that one off in the
2,
middle.
1. Rest.
We have a moving plank jack, moving plank walk. So we are going to face our ladder again. We're going to go side to side, over 1 each time. Leg and hand move at the same time, or as close to it as you
3,
can.
2, 1. Plank jacks walk up 1 rung at a time.
Now the hard part here is staying square to the floor. You want to try to keep everything facing down to the floor. So if you're rocking up as you move forward, something like this, you're using more momentum than control through the middle. 8 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Rest.
2 rounds left. In and out, push-ups. Oh, ho, ho. Gonna move up the rungs of the ladder. We're gonna push in, out, out, push out. If you can, take that step forward with each push. Take it.
3,
Here we go.
2,
So I'm in
1.
the first
And now
rung.
push-ups on knees or toes.
Then I step up and I'm out. Step up, in again. And so on. If you run out of space, start to work your way backwards. You can always take the movement out of it.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Woo, woo, woo. Last but not least, we have fast feet. You could call this the icky shuffle. You could call this shuffles. You could call this running around, acting kind of silly. Whatever you want to do here. Pick a
3,
line,
2,
run to the side of it,
1.
run to the other
Fast
side.
feet 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, knees.
The faster you can move your feet, the happier I'll be. I don't care about a specific pattern. If you know a specific pattern that your muscle memory will let you do that one. If you try to talk while you are
3,
doing it and you
2,
trip, well,
1.
that's half the fun.
Your timer is complete.
That's it for today. Make sure you stretch, make sure you move. I hope you enjoyed hanging around with us for half an hour. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next time.